Welcome to Show-Off Showdown! In this series, the fighters are called Show-Offs, and this is the series for the Show-Off Showdown! Now let's meet the Show-Offs for tonight's showdown, shall we? Tonight, we have a battle between the home run hitting mercenary and the ninja baseball Batman! That's right, Scout versus Captain Jose! Who's gonna hit the home run, and who's gonna get struck out first? It's time to find out. I put links to the analysis on both characters in the description below. Now without further ado, it's time for the Show-Off 2 Showdown!
Get ready for the next battle. Fight!
Three strikes and the Scout is out!
Now let's discuss how and why Captain Jose wins this epic hard-batting showdown. First off, let's discuss who is more skilled and experienced. While experience is generally unknown with these two, we do know they are both very skilled fighters. Scout is mainly a hit-and runner and more suited to close combat, but he is very skilled with utilizing firearms and a baseball bat, and maybe a bit of hand-to-hand combat as well. While on the other hand, not only is Captain Jose quite skilled with a bat as well, but the term Ninja Baseball Batman may indicate that Jose is also well trained in martial arts. Now let's discuss speed. Now, as you may know, the Scout is known for being the fastest character in Team Fortress 2. Not only can he run faster than the average man, but his reaction speed is quick enough to dodge a variety of bullets from shotgun blasts to heavy machine gun fire. Now as for Jose, while he's not the fastest member of his team, he too has shown to be quick enough to dodge bullets such as shotgun pellets and rapid machine gun fire. So the Scout and Jose's combative speed should be relatively even in this case. Now let's discuss durability. Now despite being presumably the weakest member of TF2, the Scout is much tougher than he looks, being able to take a lot of physical abuse as well as surviving the impact of 3 rockets at once. Although rather if they actually landed directly on the Scout upon impact or not is debatable. Now as impressive as this is, Jose has shown rather similar if not greater feats, such as tanking dozens of exploding barrels like nothing, shrugging off numerous explosions on a regular basis, can withstand electroshocks and third-degree burns, and even got run over by a huge jet plane and walked it off no problem. Enough said. Now let's discuss weaponry. Now it is true that the Scout has a much wider arsenal of weapons, including many different types of bats, shotguns, handguns, etc. And of course, there's the signature Bonk Atomic Punch, which grants him temporary invulnerability for about 8 seconds. But not only can he not use any of his weapons after a sip of it, but believe it or not, the Scout actually becomes gradually slower from every hit he absorbs while invincible, depending on how many hits he takes, and continues to run at a slower pace after it wears off. So it becomes more of a hindrance than a help once the effects wear off. Now on another note, you're probably thinking that the Scout could overwhelm Jose with multiple shotguns such as a scattergun or force of nature, but it actually won't be anything new to Jose as he's faced gun-wielding foes before. In fact, he once fought a boss with a huge shotgun even bigger than himself. So it's very unlikely that the Scout would be any different. Now while Jose seems like the only weapon he carries is a baseball bat, he can also launch baseballs should he find some. He has a car which can use to ram through almost everything, and apparently he can also summon cheerleaders out of nowhere, somehow. So while the Scout may have a greater variety and quantity of weapons, Jose makes up for that with his greater quality, with his bat and raw skill alone. Now finally, I've been saving this for last, but let's discuss strength. Now this category is where Jose holds a pretty significant advantage over Scout, as Jose is strong enough to lift and throw a monster truck with little effort, move 16-ton weights, and can smash trucks, airplanes, and large mechs to pieces with just his baseball bat. Now don't get me wrong, the Scout is pretty strong too, as he once took down a heavy in close combat, and he can hit home runs that can launch people a distance of at least 80 feet away, if not more. Now speaking of home runs, Spoiler alert, at the end of the game, Jose hits a home run so hard it launched his enemy all the way to the moon, which then resulted in the moon falling out of orbit. Now, the moon falling could be considered an outlier, but that doesn't change the fact that Jose hit a guy hard enough to send him flying all the way to the moon in only about 8 seconds. This feat alone far outclasses anything the scout has shown, and would be more than enough to batter him up and strike him out for good. I think I've said enough. So, in the end, a scout was no match for a captain. The winner of this battle is Captain Jose.
Next time on Show Off Showdown!
So what's the sitch? Call me, beat me if you wanna reach me.
Got any ideas for Show Off Showdown? Then let me know in the comments below, and hopefully, I just might do them. Now stay tuned for the next episode of Show Off Showdown!